Hi friends, I hope you're doing really well and having a great day. I have another book about a living thing to read to you today. This one is about a living thing that lives in the woodlands, and many of you have probably seen one of these or at least heard of them. So the animal we are going to learn about today is a skunk, and we are going to read all about the skunk's stench today. So why they are stinky. This is a nonfiction book, and so we'll see quite a few of our text features in it. So I'm very excited to read it and learn all about why a skunk is stinky. Let's get started, friends. All right, friends, let's get started. Our book today is called Skunk Stench, and it was written by Kate Shoemaker. When we are reading, let's keep our eyes peeled for some text features that can help us learn more about skunks. Ooh, I see one. So here is our table of contents. It says contents right here. And remember, our table of contents tells us about the different things we're going to learn in our book. This is what our headings are going to be. So we're going to read what our headings are going to be that are in our table of contents, so we'll have a better idea of what we're going to learn about. So hold your nose, a defense, ready, aim, fire, predators, warning signs, skunk species, watch out, and then there's a glossary for more information and an index. So let's get started, friends. It sounds like we're going to learn quite a bit. Ooh, I see some text features. I see quite a few, friends. So here's our first one. It's our heading. It says, hold your nose. So because it says that, I'm thinking it's going to tell us something about stinky skunks. What's the worst thing you've ever smelled? Stinky socks? Rotten eggs? A skunk can make a stench worse than both of these. Friends, I saw another text feature. I saw a bold print word. I saw the word stench. I'm not entirely sure what stench means. And remember, our bold print words are words that are important. These are the words that help us learn more about the topic that we're reading. And we also know that there's a text feature that is partnered with our bold print words that is called the glossary. And it's always in the back of our book. So I'm going to stick my finger on this page, and then I'm going to look for the glossary because I'm not sure what stench means. So here's my glossary. And I see the word stench right down here. Stench, a really gross smell. Okay, so I know we are talking about a really stinky or gross smell when we see the word stench. So back to our story. A skunk can make a stench worse than both of these. It might be the worst smell in nature. Read on to find out how and why skunks make this smell. Okay. A defense. Okay, so we're reading about a defense or a protection a skunk might use. Skunks aren't smelly animals themselves. However, they have special body parts called glands under the base of their tails. That'd be right down here. These glands make a stinky liquid that gives off the famous skunk stench or skunk smell. A skunk sprays this liquid as a defense. So a defense is a protection. I see two bold print words that we can look up in our glossary, as well as a heading and a photograph on this page that help me learn more about skunks. Okay, ready? Our next heading. Ready, aim, fire. A skunk doesn't just spray anywhere. It can actually aim at an enemy. If the enemy is close, the skunk aims at its face and squirts its stinky liquid. A skunk can also make a cloud of stink as it's running away. So I just learned something pretty important about the stench or the stinky smell that we smell sometimes with skunks. They're doing it to protect themselves. So they spray it at a living thing or something that might be dangerous to them. And so see there's a dog here. So if a dog smelled that smell, then they'd be like, ew, and then they'd get distracted so that the skunk could run away. Interesting. Predators. Okay, let's see if predators is in our glossary. It is not. But a predator is an animal that eats another animal. So these are animals that are dangerous to the skunk. Foxes, bobcats, dogs, and coyotes hunt skunks. However, these predators have a very good sense of smell. That means a skunk's powerful spray smells even worse to them. If they're sprayed once, they may not ever attack another skunk because that smell is just so terrible to them. So a skunk's using that to protect themselves from predators. Owls and hawks attack skunks from the air. This means that they can catch a skunk by surprise. Some kinds of owls and hawks don't have a good sense of smell. A skunk spray doesn't bother them. Okay, interesting. Warning signs. Okay, we're going to read about some warning signs. Skunks often try to scare off their predators before they spray. They may face the animals, hiss, and show their teeth. They may stamp their feet too. If all of this does not scare the predators, it's time to spray. Okay, interesting. Ooh, we have another heading here, skunk species. Species are different kinds of like the same animal. So there are a bunch of different kinds of skunks that we're going to read about. There are 11 species or kinds of skunks. Each makes a different smell, but all are very powerful. The different species have different markings. The most famous is the striped skunk. It's black with a white V shape on its back. So here's a striped skunk. The photograph helps us really see that white V shape on the back of this striped skunk. The stink badger is a skunk that pretends to be dead when a predator is near. When the predator gets close, it fires its spray. Spotted skunks do a handstand when they're about to spray. They're shown on the next page. Spotted skunks are also the only skunks that can climb. Oh, these are interesting. So the photographs help us see the spotted skunks. Different kind of skunk. Watch out! Skunks may spray people too. Skunks sometimes walk into yards looking for food. If you see the black and white markings of a skunk, don't get too close. Slowly move away and hope it doesn't spray. Wow, I certainly learned a lot about skunks today, friends. Here's another text feature, our glossary. Remember, we used it earlier to look at some of our bold print words. So here are the bold print, or the words we should know. So a bobcat is a wild cat of North America. A coyote is a meat-eating animal similar to, but smaller than a wolf. A defense is a way of guarding against an enemy or protecting yourself. Spray is to put out a liquid in the form of tiny droplets, also a cloud of tiny liquid drops. Squirt, to force something out of a little opening in a quick stream, and stench, a really gross smell. And we have some other things we could look at for more information, and then our index. Remember, our index is where we would go if we wanted to learn about one specific thing in our book. Like if I wanted to learn about hissing, when a skunk hisses, I would look and it says hiss right here and it says page 14, and I could go and read all about why a skunk would make a hissing sound. But today, my friends, we learned all about skunks, another woodland animal, and we learned why they're stinky. So thank you for reading with me. I hope you have a really awesome rest of your day. Bye, friends.